Storage Tech, a 2-item type parallelizer input by Floppy.
So this is a great little system to effectively, in most cases, double the rate of input to your storage system if it's a fixed sorting system, like the one right there. So what happens is, effectively, you double the amount of inputs coming in. But you may ask, why not just have 2 chests going into the input? But the problem with that is, if by chance the items in both chests line up, what will happen is that they will be dispensed at a rate faster than hopper speed, and you will lose some items that will either go into your overflow or get burned depending on how your storage system is set up. So you need this system to stop the parallelized input if they're the same item, but if they're different items, you can fire them at different times. So how this system works is it has the 2 inputs here that will be controlled, and there's this lever here that controls this redstone dust and this redstone dust. This redstone dust locks this hopper so nothing gets taken off. Actually, I have some blocks in there, so that nothing gets put into the system while it's reading, because that can lead to bad problems when the system actually starts running. And this redstone dust controls the clock and this part of the system. So what happens is, let's go over the clock first. So when this gets powered off, this redstone dust will unpower, causing this iron trapdoor to flip open, and this will send an update through these observers, sending it down this observer line. But at the same time, this observer will detect this closing, so it'll power this block, powering the trapdoor, and then powering it down, so it'll cause more updates, and this essentially creates a loop between these 4 components or 5 components here to keep the timer of the system. And essentially what that does is it pulses this dropper pointing into that hopper, and this hopper right here, and also this dropper right here that dispenses things into the item output. Now, this observer right here detects dropping items from this dropper and sends a pulse down to these different pistons and observer. This is essentially to batch the items to allow, instead of having a 1-1-1-1 item count, you get groupings of 2, which is just more consistent for the hoppers. Now on the same side here, this controls the hopper locking of this side of the system, and what it basically does is when this hopper gets filled with too many items, it will stop this input, so that way no more items over here get input into the system, so it guarantees this will always have a place to flow, so it doesn't get sent at the same time, breaking your whole system. Now how this works is, there will be items coming in from here, like redstone block or iron block, and they will create an item filter here, and it will only drain this item because it locks this hopper when this gets left. That's what this system is mainly for, or it locks this bottom hopper so it doesn't get pulled. Now, what will happen is it'll get filled with redstone or iron or whatever item you're choosing, and it can only pull that then and pushing it down at the same time. While this is happening, this system is also pulling items, and if it is the same item type, it will push into this hopper through this dropper, causing it to be only one input. This dropper will just keep dry firing. However, if it's a different item, it won't be able to be pushed into this hopper because this will be the only flaw, and these are just filter blockers that you should never enter your system. And then what can happen then is it can fall down and keep pushing items, so it'll double the output of your input. So a simple observation here that we're going to run. So we're going to turn the system on, and we can see that clock is running, and what happens now is if I go like this, so this will start storing redstone blocks. You can see there's already some here from the testing before, but it's creating a filter on the one block that's coming here. Now what can happen is, let's check this one out. Here, if I go put like half a stack of iron blocks, see it'll try and shoot it into here, but it can't because it has that block of redstone, so it'll shoot it individually. Now this looks very messy, but to a hopper, it's very simple to understand, and it will love this type of input because it's different hoppers doing it, so you won't reach the hopper cooldown. Now if I pull this back up, but the thing runs out. Now if I try, I try and put this hopper here full of redstone blocks, it'll try, and it won't go through here, it'll actually shoot into here. That's how you see it's filling up. Now let's say I fill this one up, what'll happen is, let me make sure, so I'm trying to stabilize here, but I'm going to cause an edge case here. So what happens is it's filled up, so now it's powering this hopper, so all of this is getting a build up over here, while this hopper is guaranteed to go through here and power into this, and when this system runs out, what will happen is this will go back down, and this will slowly get unpowered, slowly as I push out, and this will soon be able to power again. So this essentially allows you to effectively double your input speed for most cases, apart from a few cases, but apart from that, it's a really great system, and yeah.